welcome to No Movies in Hell. I'm Chris Geiger.
I'm LaClaw Scott, and today we are going to discuss the Oscar nominations.
That just came out last week. There were things that were, of course, expected, right? Like Everything Everywhere, Banshees, both in the Best Picture.
Best Picture, as well as the acting categories, which very surprising for. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that Stephanie and Jamie Lee Curtis received nominations, but they walked away with 11 nominations total for the film, and that's amazing.
It is. Women Talking made it into Best Picture, which is a surprise.
Yes.
I didn't think that was going to make it in, but awesome.
Yeah, and adapted screenplay. I just feel like I want so much for that film, and it's in two really tough categories.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't think it will win, but glad to see it there. Things that I thought were missing.
Yes.
RRR.
Yep. I have that on my list too.
That's crazy. How can that not be in for at least Best Foreign?
Yeah. Yeah. For me, I was like Best Picture. Happy for the best song, but yeah, it was really disappointing.
And Decision to Leave. I thought that should have made it in to at least Best Foreign.
Yep. I have that down too. Yeah, I was shocked. And I wonder if it was because the film came out a little earlier than, the typical Oscar season of fall. I'm not sure, because Banshees came out around the same time, maybe, early fall. But yeah, Decision to Leave not being nominated is pretty. That's a miss.
How did you feel about After Sun's nomination?
Oh, that nomination could have went to someone else.
When they announced it, I was like, oh, I'm going to ask LaClaw about that.
I was just like, I shake my head. All I can do. I was really disappointed that Dolly from Triangle of Sadness was not nominated, even though Triangle of Sadness was nominated for Best Picture. There was a lot of, like, in the actress category, there was Viola Davis was not nominated. I mean, The Woman King was not nominated, which is very disappointing.
And I thought Tar surprised me that it showed up as many places as it did, because I definitely thought Cate Blanchett would get nominated, but for it to show up in Best Picture was surprising, because I saw that movie. And it was good.
You're like, are we watching the same movie?
It was good because of her. But I mean, the story was okay. It was good, but I don't think it's Best Picture good. When you look at the other competition. Paul Mescal from After Sun. Like I feel like he is in a lot of stuff right now. He's in a play on Broadway right now too, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Super excited that Jamie Lee Curtis got nominated. That's so awesome.
That's great. Yeah, her first nomination. Also because she does a lot of horror, and horror actually is just not a genre that the Academy appreciates whatsoever. Nope was not nominated at all. Especially, I'm shocked that it wasn't in the sound category, at the very least. Yeah, Jordan Peele received his first Oscar for a screenplay for Get Out, but the Academy does not like horror, and that's really sad. They're really missing out.
I know, right? I have not seen To Leslie, but I put it on my list as one to get to. I was surprised that Olivia Colman didn't get nominated for Empire of Light.
Oh.
But Anna de Armas, I didn't see Blonde either.
Yeah, I just find it so tricky that in the Best Actor or Actress category, there are people who can be nominated, but then the picture is not nominated at all. So what does that say? I didn't see Blonde either. I don't intend to, but I don't know if that nomination. I mean, I'll never know.
I mean, I feel like she probably, and I'll know more after I see it because I will probably watch it. I feel like she probably does a very good job conveying Marilyn Monroe. And Kristen Stewart got nominated for Spencer, and the story wasn't that great for Spencer either. So I feel like maybe even if Blonde isn't so great from a story perspective, if you're impersonating, if you're playing a character that people recognize, you can still pull it off for that acting nod.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like there's always some biopic. I mean, that's usually where people win. Do I think Austin Butler is going to win for Elvis? I don't know. I really think that I'm calling Colin Farrell.
I was surprised to see Barry and Brendan in the same category, although awesome for them because like they both deserve to be in that category. But
yeah, it's hard.
I hope Brendan wins though.
Yeah. I feel like the Oscars are like lifetime achievement awards, really, because a lot of people act for so long and then they get to this moment and then they can kind of, I wouldn't say rest easy because sometimes it becomes harder to get better roles after winning an Oscar, or you could just choose to do whatever you want, like John C. Reilly and Halle Berry for that matter.
Let's talk about Angela Bassett.
Yeah, that's incredible. The first Marvel nomination in the acting category. I really want her to win. I think it would be a lifetime achievement award. I also want Michelle Yeoh to win.
I know.
She was not nominated 20 years ago for Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. It's really hard. Maybe we're gonna see a tie. We haven't seen that in a while.
That'd be awesome.
For me, I thought was interesting was Hong Chow was nominated for The Whale, and actually, I think she should have been nominated for The Menu, even though punching down on rich people has been this thing underlying current this past year in cinema. I think her performance in The Menu was great. I think her acting style, but I think like The Whale is just such a hard film, and someone winning an award for essentially being an enabler is like not. I'm just like, I don't know.
So let's go back to the lifetime achievement topic. Tom Cruise. Poor Tom Cruise. But seriously, like he learned how to fly a plane, like for this role, like, and a fairly complicated one, I think. So, like, what does he have to do to get nominated? I mean, I guess he'll win because he's a producer on Top Gun.
Yeah.
If Top Gun wins, he will get an Oscar for producing.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like at this point, he's been nominated a couple times. He's, proven that he can bring a huge audience to the table.
I honestly don't think he cares. I think he's more of like, he's an artist in that he's trying to stretch the imagination with, the technical ability, and like he really wants to like put himself out there. But as far as picking projects or even creating projects that people are going, or the Academy is going to like, I don't think he cares. Like he's more of like a commercial guy. Like if it hits a billion, almost like James Cameron, like if it hits a billion and that's great. Number one film. I think he's aware that like he's not gonna play the game to be a best actor, but he might do something along the lines of producing to get the Oscar.
Yeah, I mean, Born on the 4th of July was pretty intense. So, I mean, I think maybe if he didn't win for that, he feels like I'm just going to go make more money than anyone else and I'll console myself with that.
I mean, he was like Interview with the Vampire. He did Eyes Wide Shut, which was Kubrick. The original Top Gun. Yeah, and then everything else is like popcorn, literal popcorn.
Right. I mean, the original Top Gun was popcorn for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Mission Impossible,
Those are popcorn. Yeah. Night and Day. Remember that movie?
oh my goodness.
Edge of Tomorrow, though, that was kind of cool.
That one was actually good. I like that movie.
Yeah. I watched that one on a plane, which of course helped, but I think I still would have really liked it if I had watched it, not being oxygenated by filtered air.
Yeah, there's so many people I want to root for. I'm just curious to see what the Academy says, because now it's a mix up. Like there are more newer folks in the Academy, which is great. However, I think that sometimes people feel like there's I don't want to say standard when it comes to who wins. And I feel like, especially when you think of people over a very long time in their career, someone like Angela Bassett, like she should have won for a movie that was almost 30 years ago, but she might get the Oscar for a Marvel film. Is just like, it's a win for her, but also it's like a Marvel film. And not to say like Marvel films are lowbrow or anything, but she has such a great catalog of work, and that's why I think the Oscars are pretty much a lifetime achievement award if you don't win the lifetime achievement award.
Well, I think that's it, right? Like it's even more impressive to some degree that you could win with a Marvel role. Oh, how'd you do that?
I mean, who else could do? No one else could do it. Like, nope. Like, there's not one character that I can think of. Chris Hemsworth would never as Thor.
I mean, it's such a broad catalog, though. I mean, there are tons of people in the Marvel universe. Robert Downey Jr. could probably do it. But it doesn't matter now, I guess. Do you have any other thoughts about the Oscar nominations? We're going to do an Oscar poll.
Yes.
So I'll put the link to the Oscar poll in the description below this video.
No other thoughts. I'm just curious to see what happens.
All right. Well, we've got some work to do before the Oscars to get the others that we haven't picked up yet. And All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, surprising.
Bardo.
Yes.
Got to get that in. So yeah, I do have some that I need to get you, and I can because I think they're streaming available here. So good news. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.